All right, good morning, everyone. Coach Lees is here, so we'll do a couple questions in the room, and then I'll turn it over to questions on the phone line. So, Coach, I guess quickly, you played some good baseball towards the end there at Stanford, but didn't come out the way you wanted it to. But another solid effort from Parker McFadden on Sunday.
Yeah, the weekend did not go as we wanted it to. Obviously, it's we started out Rosencrantz, got a really solid start out of him. Gave up a couple runs, but kept us right where we needed to be. The score was good, and we had some middle innings where we gave up some runs that were hard to make up against their staff. We didn't score enough runs to keep us in there, and it kind of got out of hand. And then the next day with Scotty Senich, probably didn't have his best outing. However, I think we could have taken care of a couple things that didn't show up on the scoreboard defensively that would have maybe limited a few runs. And I'm very proud of our kids for the way they came back. But again, short. And so we go into Sunday. I felt like we played good baseball. We were up 2-1. Parker McFadden was rolling pretty good, and then we have a hit by pitch, and then a walk, and then a guy hits a little check swing over the third baseman's head. So we limited that, but I was not able to eventually overcome it. But we've got a big 3-game series this week: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Big weekend for our seniors who've been here and put time and effort, and excited for those kids and to be able to put them out with a good winning weekend.
Talk quickly about kind of Blake Clanton, who's kind of taken off this last month, and he had a big 3-run triple as part of that rally in the ninth on Saturday, and continues to hit balls hard everywhere he goes, every game he plays. What have you seen from Blake this last month, and how much fun is it to watch a senior like Blake end his career like that?
I am so impressed with Blake as a person and a baseball player. For him to kind of take the leap of faith to come out from Oklahoma, we've really enjoyed him. He's provided us a solid, mature baseball player in the outfield, even a better person. But what he's done at the plate and the progress that he's made in 1 year is really incredible. And that's, he's put a lot of time into it. He doesn't let things get out of hand. He can think in the moment. He doesn't take ABs to the field. All the things that you want from a senior, and he's reaped the rewards of it. And because of it, most of the time we've reaped the rewards from him doing it. I think he's hitting, look at over like 330. He's got some homers. He's been on base a lot, and the last few weekends he's given us. Been able to help us stay in games because of his ABs.
And then you close the season with the home series against Utah. You get to do senior day on Saturday and everything. What do you want to see from your club this weekend against a Utah team that's kind of going through the same thing?
Yeah, I want to win, and just like these kids do. We can. We've just got to play good baseball. We've, I know people have talked about us being real close. We've had a lot of one-run games, but close is not winning, and we need to take a step and like to be able to use this series and this week of practice to have something to feel good about as the kids go out into summer baseball and work on the things that we need to work on, so when we come back next fall, maybe we can eliminate some of the things that have happened on the field, whether it be on the mound, at the plate, or defensively. But there's, as always, the only acceptable weekend is winning. We haven't done it as much as we'd like to, and I know the kids would say this exact same thing, but I am impressed and happy with the way that these kids grind and they compete, and they truly never do give up, even though we've been in some lopsided affairs.
You mentioned the seniors. Colin Myers, someone who came in just for the one season. Can you kind of talk about why you decided to bring him in and kind of what his impact has been this year?
Colin's another, older, mature person. He's going to get an engineering degree. He came from Puget Sound, had to sit out a year because he wanted to be in the engineering degree here, and we had an opening for a pitcher, and so Colin walked on. And he's been just a stable kid. Had a great outing against Gonzaga last week, and we knew he would. Typically he's been pitching in the later innings when we need him against a right-handed hitter for a couple, and then he comes back out. But He got through a solid 4 innings against Gonzaga, and that's the type of personality he is. So glad he was here. He has helped us, stabilize that pen a little bit, and I know he's going to do great things.
You kind of mentioned the engineering degree. I know he's won some district award for academics. What kind of, maybe it's not necessarily your role, but what kind of does that mean to have someone who's so good academically in your team?
Well, baseball's going to last a short period for everybody, and like all of our kids, I like them all to play pro baseball and be in the big leagues. However, that's happens to about 1%. So for him, he's used college to not only play baseball, but to make sure that he does something for the rest of his life that he's happy with, and for that, I'm excited for him.
Let's go to questions on the phone line for Coach.
Hey, Coach. This is Braden Johnson with the Portland Tribune. I just have a few questions for you about Brody Barnum. First of all, you've been giving him a lot more opportunities in the late innings over the past month on the pitcher's mound, and he's received more consistent at-bats. But how have you seen him develop as a player?
Brody is one of the freshmen that we will be featuring for the next couple of years. He's a very strong kid. We brought him in as truly a pitcher and an offensive person. I think coming back, he'll be one of our top 2 outfielders. He's a very good right fielder. He has a plus arm. He's got those opportunities on the mound because he's earned them. We feel like that with the development of a second pitch, right now he throws a good fastball that can get people out and can get outs. If we can add a second pitch to us, he can do something for us on the mound. Offensively, he's just continued to get better, and he's been behind, guys like Hare and J.J. Hancock and Blake Clanton because they, had performed good. So those opportunities hadn't been there. But as of late, we've been giving him more opportunities. He had a couple of hits on Saturday that were big hits against good pitching, and I had my visit with Brody yesterday, and it went very, very well. He knows what we expect of him. He's going to go out this summer and play for the Pickles and have a chance to play on the defense and pitch, so excited about that. But we will know. I feel very good about the direction of Brody. I think he's going to really help our team. I think we'll see a big change in him next year that will be consistent. Right now, I couldn't tell him if he's going to be the best pitcher we have or the best outfielder we have. Right now, we just want to, see if he can do both. It would be, I think, negligent of our program to not see what he has and try and utilize that talent as much as possible.
I was talking to Coach Marcus with the Pickles yesterday, and the piggyback starter system that they're implementing is going to limit Brody's innings on the mound while also giving him more opportunities defensively in the outfield, too. Given your knowledge of the West Coast League, what do you expect playing for the Pickles and being on that pitching system is going to do for Brody coming back in the fall?
Well, he needs, like most freshmen, and for our position players, we like him to get as many ABs as possible. Sometimes you don't send out as many pitchers, depending on how many innings that they pitched, but Brody needs both, and he's going to be fresh to do both. So for a West Coast League team, it's a lot of times you get kids that have pitched 40, 50 innings, maybe 60, and they're on limited role on the mound, and they've got 15 innings for the summer, and you can pitch him twice a week. For Brody, it's as many innings as we can get him on the mound, and as many innings, many ABs as we can get him in the field.